Well, welcome back to Better Living. I'm joined now by Joe. He's from the Maumee Valley Growers, and Chad from the Ronald McDonald House. And we're going to talk about some things you can do to help this great organization over the next month. In May, I can't believe it's almost May. I'm not really sure where the first part of the year went, but it is almost May. And we'll talk a little bit about what all the Ronald McDonald House does in just a minute. But Joe, why don't you tell me why the Maumee Valley Growers have gotten involved and want to help?
Well, this is our second year, and it's a great partnership. It makes a lot of sense. And what we've decided to do is we have about 15 locations in the Toledo metro area that's going to participate with the program, and we're calling it a Roundup program. And that means every time you're in there purchasing flowers and all the necessary hoop house type of stuff. If you got any extra change, if you can contribute it, that would be fantastic. That's why it's called
Roundup.
You got it.
That makes sense. And the truth is, we can all do that. I mean, going from $13.11 to $14 is not going to hurt anybody for sure.
Exactly.
But it adds up pretty quick, doesn't it?
In fact, it worked pretty well last year. We were going to run the program about a week, and the grower says, hey, this is working out great. Let's extend this through the rest of the month. So that's what we're going to do this year.
I love it. Well, you've got a whole list, and people can find this list. I'm going to give you a couple examples. So Garden Land Nursery and Garden Center, Tom Strain and Sons and Daughter too. I love that name. Black Diamond Nursery. Where can we find this whole list of growers?
Well, that's a good question. At this point, we're looking to the Ronald McDonald House for distribution. To the industry itself, they'll be on listservs. But I would say just keep your eyes and ears open. We may see some little 10 to 15 second spots on the air. All
right, and that'll tell you where to go. Now, this is the time of year finally that we can go out and get things and put them in the ground and hopefully not have it freeze again and lose. But here's the thing, maybe you lost plants in this last week. Now you can go replace them for a good cause. Let's talk about what you're doing at the Ronald McDonald House.
Well, a few things. As number one, we're a home away from home for families that are traveling to Toledo for medical care. So one of the great things about a partnership like Joe talks about is this gets our regional folks involved as well. And that's just it. People have to travel to Toledo for this care. And what we run into is we're full a lot. We use local hotels when that happens, and we make sure that people do have a place to stay, but we like them under our roof.
Sure.
So we are building a new house, and a lot of people are noticing that. It's across the street from where we are currently, and we're going to be going from a 14-bedroom house to a 28-bedroom house.
Wow.
So we'll be able to better serve the folks that come to Toledo and need that service. So we're very excited about that, but it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of money to get that done. So partnerships like this are great.
Well, that's a big jump from 14 to 28. Yeah. And I do understand you wanting to have them all under the same roof, because even though you're helping somebody who is at a hotel, there are a lot of amenities and things that you guys are able to do under your roof that people may not know about if they haven't been in the situation where they needed it. Talk about when I walk in, what am I going to find? And if I'm a guest at the Ronald McDonald House, what's that look like?
Well, first of all, we make the transition for folks as easy as possible. Obviously, we have to check people in, and we got to explain the rules, and we got to go through all that. But we try to keep that to a minimum. And what we tell people is this is your home. This is your home away from home. Our average length of stay is 7 to 8 days, but we do have people that have stayed as long as 19 months at our house. So,
wow.
So people have to feel that they can come in, and it's not just a place for them to sleep. It is a home away from home. They do their laundry. They participate in chores if they choose to do that or have the time to do that. We like people to feel that way. And when you mentioned getting under one roof, that's part of what's important. Is part of the normalcy is what the families are looking for. They're going through probably one of the worst times of their life.
Absolutely.
And for them to have a sense of normalcy inside of the house is very, very important. So that's what we strive for. We like families to gather around the island in the kitchen and exchange stories and tell people that things are going to get better. And when we do lose that disconnect when they're not under the same roof.
I think that support system is so very important for somebody to not feel like they're all alone. Besides, there is just, I mean, I like a hotel. It's not that I
Right.
don't, but there's something about feeling like you're in a home for sure. Now, if somebody already has all their plants, they've already visited Barrow's greenhouse, and they've got all their plants for the year, so they don't have a reason to do that. They can still help you all, can't they?
Absolutely. Number one, the easiest is to go to the website. And I like to encourage people to do that, but also come by the house, learn what we're about. Come in and take a tour and learn a little bit about our mission. We do monthly open houses, so maybe you can call and ask us about that, where we just talk to people about what it is that we do, what we're up to. So that's always a great opportunity. So I just encourage people to get involved through this program or another, and just call the house and ask how you can help, because we're always in need. We're an organization that is 100% funded by donations from folks, and that's very important.
Absolutely.
We're in our 33rd year, and for me to think about 32 and a half years of us being around just from the kindness of people's heart is phenomenal.
Well, and I know there are lots of opportunities. You obviously need cash to
Right.
do things, but you also need food. You have food there, staples in the pantry so that people can eat, and you probably need people to help sometimes with laundry and other things
right.
like that. So lots of opportunities. Thank you so much to the
Thank you.
Maumee Valley growers, I almost said grocers,
Yeah.
for helping the Ronald McDonald House. We appreciate you all being good citizens and good business people in our community.
We're happy to participate.
Make sure that you get to one of these participating greenhouses and round up. You can round up even more past the other dollar if you want. It's the entire month of May. We'll be right back.